It's day 101.
of the 29th year and beyond. Okay, so with my strange calculations with numbers that I love to do,
Hmm.
we would technically be in year 8.5 of our marriage,
Okay.
which would make John 4.5,
All right.
which would make John Montessori.
Montessori, yes.
So what I want to talk about today was when it's time to put those little boogers in school.
Mm,
So we did some different things. We started out with Mother's Morning Out,
right.
and that was at a church, and that worked out pretty good. And then when it came to put them in preschool or some type of school, there was some question as to what we are going to do. So we went to visit Montessori.
Loved it.
Montessori teaches them like life applications, like how to sweep and how to clean and all that kind of stuff, in addition to learning skills.
Well, what was I going to say? The wonderful thing about Montessori is each child just progresses at their own pace. So they're not held back. It's not a cookie cutter kind of everybody does the same thing. So depending upon how your child learns, how quickly your child develops, they can move at that pace. And that was the wonderful thing for me about Montessori. So it was definitely, not like the traditional public school kind of a setting.
No, it wasn't. And along with doing Montessori and putting John in school, we also started a business that year. So it was a really busy year. And so when it came time for field trips and stuff like that, we had to decide who could go and who couldn't go. And usually I couldn't go because I was a chef. And I must admit, there were some times I was a little jealous.
Of course you were.
See, that's what I mean. And it doesn't help that they just loved him, because he was one of the few dads that went on all the field trips and all that kind of stuff. And I say that to say that looking back, I'm glad that he had that experience and that he was able to do that. And I was glad that he was able to go because those were bonding moments that him and John had that otherwise they would not have had.
Well, and again, when you talk about a traditional sense, oftentimes it's the moms that do everything and go everywhere and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But it did make a difference to be able to spend the time to be actively involved in the school, wherever John was. Gail and I both were always actively involved, actively involved with the PTSA and all those kinds of things. And so, I'm just very grateful that my schedule afforded me the flexibility to be able to do some of those things.
But in that, I want to say to the dads, make your schedule flexible. Make the time. At the beginning of the year, they usually give you a schedule of when they're going to be field trips or events at the school. Schedule out some time to do those things because for John and Amber, they both had wonderful experiences with their dad going on field trips. In fact, I forgot about this. On the day that I went in labor, the day that Amber was delivered,
John and I were on a field trip.
y'all were actually my doctor pulled my mucus plug so that I would go into active labor so that John and Fred wouldn't miss a trip to Tennessee. Yes. So I say that to say, parents, it's hard. We want to make money. We're trying to provide for our children. But what they really remember is just that. The field trips, the time that we spent together. I always hashtag make memories on my Facebook page when we do something crazy like go to an implosion. Make memories with your kids. Take the time to attend the field trips. Take the time to go to the PTA meetings. Go to the parent-teacher conferences, men. Because typically it is the mother that makes the sacrifice to do it.
Well, and I can say this from my own experience. As one who did not have his dad present, because my dad was not going to miss work for anything.
He has 7 kids.
Right. He would come to the graduations, but as far as plays and productions and awards days and all that, not going to happen. Being a part of the drill team and all those kinds of things and being at competitions, it would have been nice to look up and see my dad there. But even though I understood why he wasn't there, I still miss having him there. And so as a dad, that's why those kinds of opportunities were so important, because once the time is gone, it's gone. And it is those opportunities that your children will remember and cherish.
And for those of you fathers that are standing in the gap, and one who just had a son who's standing in the gap for a little girl as her father, Make sure you make time to do those things as well because it is just so important.
Until tomorrow, if the Lord says the same.
Bye.